The lady from the church asked me to pray for her husband's soul. I said, "Of course. When did he die?" And she answered, "Tomorrow." No child should die alone. That's why I decided to let my son invite some friends over. Someone started having a coughing fit at my workplace. The problem is that I work alone in a morgue. Never knock on your door from the inside at dawn. The devil can knock on the outside. These macabre stories and others that can't be told on the channel, you'll see in the Cursed ebook. The link is in the comments. Buy it now. As you cross the threshold into the city of Nocturnia, a faded sign warns. Read the rules before entering this city. Most dismiss it as a mere formality, but the locals know better. Those who ignore the sign often find themselves ensnared in the city's dark grip, where rules aren't just guidelines, but survival mandates. The first rule is deceptively simple. Never look behind you after dark. As the sun sets, shadows stretch and writhe. Ignoring this rule could mean encountering something that should remain unseen. It's said that those who dare to look are forever haunted by the figures that slip just out of sight. Speak only in whispers after sunset. The silence of Nocturnia is not of the peaceful sort. It's thick and stifling, as if the air itself is waiting for you to break the silence. Loud voices are often met with something far worse than mere reprimand, a sudden, unexplainable dread. Do not walk the streets alone at midnight. The darkness in Nocturnia isn't just a lack of light. It's alive with whispers and shuffling footsteps. Those who wander alone find themselves drawn into alleyways that lead to unspeakable horrors, never to return. Do not stay out past curfew. The curfew bell tolls each night, and those caught outside afterward often become part of the city's macabre lore. The stories tell of twisted figures that roam the streets, hunting for those who defy the curfew. Always carry a lantern. Darkness in Nocturnia isn't just the absence of light. It's a presence in itself, an entity that swallows whatever it touches. A lantern is your only safeguard against the creeping void that seeks to consume everything. Avoid the old clock tower. The tower looms over the city like a grim sentinel. Its face is frozen at midnight, and its chimes ring with a hollow echo that makes even the bravest shiver. Those who venture close to it report seeing fleeting shadows and hearing voices of those lost to time. Do not enter the abandoned houses. The once thriving homes now stand empty and silent, but they are far from vacant. Those who step inside often experience disorienting shifts in reality, where walls seem to pulse and whispers emerge from the corners. Suspect the boundary markers scattered throughout the city are ancient, weathered stones marking boundaries. Cross them without permission, and you risk stepping into areas where the laws of nature and sanity no longer apply. Never take off your coat. The chill in Nocturnia penetrates deep, but the cold outside is nothing compared to the icy grip that waits if you shed your coat. The rule is meant to keep you warm and protect you from something far more sinister than mere frostbite. Do not make eye contact with the statues. The statues scattered throughout Nocturnia are eerily lifelike, and locals avoid them as if they are sentient. It's said that anyone who meets Their gaze is cursed to see the world through their eyes, a view filled with endless torment. Do not feed the stray animals. The strays in Nocturnia are not the friendly, begging kind. They are shadowy and unnervingly silent. Feeding them is said to invite the attention of something far more sinister that preys on the unwary. Do not explore the underground passages. Beneath Nocturnia lies a network of tunnels and caverns. The rule they exist to keep you from discovering what lurks below, creatures and phenomena that defy human comprehension and are best left undisturbed. Follow the path. Do not stray. The city is mapped with intricate pathways, and straying from them is a grave mistake. Those who wander off the beaten track often find themselves ensnared in a labyrinth with no escape, pursued by unseen forces. Do not disturb the fog. The fog that rolls in each night has a life of its own. It thickens and envelops those who try to interact with it, often pulling them into a realm of nightmares where escape is impossible. Do not make sudden movements. The stillness in Nocturnia is a facade. Sudden movements are believed to attract the attention of entities that exist in the periphery of vision, swift and settling presences that are best avoided. Avoid the old cemetery. The cemetery is a place of restless spirits. At night the dead are said to wander, seeking those who dare to intrude. Their lamentations and mournful cries are enough to chill the bravest of souls. Never take shortcuts. The city's layout is deceptive. Shortcuts might seem like a time saver, but they often lead to places where the city's dark heart beats strongest, drawing you into danger you cannot escape. Do not use flash photography. The city thrives in the dim light, and bright flashes of light disturb the balance. Those who use flash photography report seeing nightmarish distortions and figures that should remain hidden in the dark. Do not whistle. Whistling in Nocturnia is considered an invitation. The sound attracts creatures that dwell in the shadows, and their curiosity is never benign. The rule is there to keep you safe from their malevolent attention. Do not follow anyone. Following another's footsteps in Nocturnia is a sure way to lose your own path. Those who follow often find themselves lost in endless loops of streets, pursued by an unknown entity that thrives on confusion. Do not linger at the city limits. The boundaries of Nocturnia are not merely physical, but metaphysical. Lingering too long at the edges invites the wrath of whatever dwells beyond the city's confines, seeking to pull you into its darkness. Never touch the city walls. The walls of Nocturnia are more than mere barriers. They are conduits to the unknown. Touching them may allow something from within to reach out and touch you in return, something you will never forget. Avoid the market after dusk. The market seems innocent by day, but after dusk it transforms into a place of barter with dark forces. The items for sale are not what they seem, and deals made there come with a heavy, often horrifying price. Do not read aloud. Reading aloud in Nocturnia said to summon entities that feed on sound and presence. The spoken word holds power here, and the wrong phrase could bring forth something best left undisturbed. Never look up at the sky. The sky over Nocturnia is not a natural expanse, but a shifting, malevolent presence. Looking up can reveal things that should remain hidden, such as eyes that watch and stars that aren't stars. Do not use public restrooms after dark. The restrooms in Nocturnia are more than functional spaces. They are thresholds to other realms. Entering them after dark might mean stepping into an alternate dimension where time and space are twisted. Avoid loud laughter. The city's atmosphere is brittle and fragile. Loud laughter is said to disturb the balance, attracting entities that are drawn to chaos and mirth, which often results in disturbing and dangerous encounters. Do not take photographs of the rooftops. The rooftops in Nocturnia hide things that are not meant to be seen. Taking photographs might capture glimpses of things that exist only in nightmares, and these images can bring the horrors into reality. Avoid the sounds of music. Music in Nocturnia is a lure to something far more sinister. The melodies can draw you into the city's dark corners, where the notes turn into whispers, and the rhythm becomes a heartbeat of something malevolent. Never make eye contact with strangers. Strangers in Nocturnia are not what they appear. Making eye contact is said to reveal the truth, their nature of truth, that can drive you to madness or worse, as their true forms are not meant for human eyes. Do not enter the church after dark. The church in Nocturnia stands as a monument to forgotten deities. The rain in Nocturnia is tainted with something vile. Touching it might bring the filth of the city into your own being, where it festers and turns into something that cannot be washed away. Avoid the bridge at twilight. The bridge spans a chasm that is more than just a void. It is a gateway to the unknown. Twilight is the time when the veil is thinnest, and crossing it could lead to encounters with what lies beneath. Do not enter the park after dark. The park is a serene illusion that becomes something monstrous after dark. The trees seem to close in, and the paths twist into a maze that leads to encounters with beings that prowl the night. Never discuss the rules with others. The rules are not just warnings, they are protective barriers. Discussing them can draw unwanted attention from the entities that enforce these rules, leading to disturbing and dangerous consequences. Avoid all mirrors. Mirrors in Nocturnia do not reflect reality, but distort it. Looking into them reveals not just your image, but also glimpses of things that should remain hidden, and those glimpses can haunt you forever. Do not follow the laughter. Laughter in Nocturnia is a lure, a deceptive sound that leads to places where the dark creatures of the city dwell. Following it can lead you to realms where escape is impossible. Never leave food unattended. Food in Nocturnia is a beacon to unseen forces. Leaving it unattended invites creatures that are drawn to the scent, and they do not have a taste for simple meals. They crave something far more sinister. Do not enter the library after sunset. The library contains knowledge that is not meant for mortal minds. Entering it after sunset can lead to encounters with entities that guard the forbidden knowledge, where the price of discovery is steep. Do not trust the city's guides. The guides of Nocturnia are not what they appear. They may seem helpful, but often lead those who trust them into danger or deeper into the city's malevolent heart. Avoid all forms of technology. Technology in Nocturnia is a conduit for entities that thrive on modern distractions. Using it can bring you into contact with presences that are both foreign and hostile, disrupting your reality. Never eat food from strangers. Food offered by strangers in Nocturnia often contains hidden ingredients. Consuming it can lead to transformations or awaken latent horrors that are better left undiscovered. Do not try to escape the city. The city is a labyrinth with no true exit. Attempts to escape often lead to even deeper entanglement within its dark confines, where the city's wool ensures you remain trapped. Never mention the outside world. Talking about the outside world can attract unwanted attention. The city's entities are territorial and do not take kindly to reminders of what lies beyond their dark borders. Avoid all forms of contact with the city's elite. The city's elite are shrouded in mystery and power. Contacting them can lead to dangerous entanglements with forces far beyond your comprehension, where survival is a mere illusion. Never acknowledge the hidden pathways. Hidden pathways in Nocturnia are tempting but treacherous. Acknowledging them can draw you into a maze of nightmarish dimensions, where escape is a cruel fantasy. Do not question the city's customs. The customs of Nocturnia are not just traditions, they are survival mechanisms. Questioning them can lead to encounters with the city's enforcers, who are unforgiving of those who challenge the status quo. Do not trust your senses. The city's ambience distorts perception. Trusting your senses can lead you to misinterpretations and dangerous situations, where what you see and hear is not always what is real. Never forget the rules. The rules are not mere suggestions, but vital to your survival. Forgetting them can lead to dire consequences, where the city's dark forces will make an example of those who fail to heed the warnings. Until next time, thank you.